Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about how to use lesson time effectively / lecture time. Obviously, as someone who's not a university student, I can't speak for how to use a lecture effectively, but I've got 5 points to do this. So the first one is where you sit in the classroom. So for me, sitting in sort of the middle of the classroom gave me a good view of like the board and like presentations and stuff, but without sitting right at the front, because when I'm sitting at the front I feel like there's stuff going on behind me and I'm like, I want to know what's going on. At the middle it's sort of like comfortable, so that's fine, but that's really helped my concentration and stuff. So like, that's, if you're not concentrating then you're definitely not using it effectively at all. The second point is probably much more relevant for A levels, but actively making notes is really important. So whereas at GCSE, quite a lot of my teachers would say, okay, so I want you to make notes on this bit now, and like we would be up to date with that and stuff. A-level teachers tend not to tell you when you're meant to be making notes, because there's the expectation that you're meant to be making notes like on whatever you need to like get down for like stuff you need to know, which is pretty much everything. So yeah, always bring paper and pencil or pen or whatever you write in to lessons, because it's really like necessary for making notes or if you have to do like a task. And then the next sort of thing links to this quite importantly, that the appearance of your notes isn't that important. So my voice sounds awful, I don't know why, but the appearance of your notes does not matter at all for the lesson notes that you make, because chances are you're going to be writing them up in different formats. So you might type your notes up when you get home, or you might make mind maps based on like a theme or a topic, or just generally these notes are just for your reference to make your revision materials with. So unless you have to hand something in, they don't need to be amazingly pretty, they just need to be functional. So yeah, likewise, there's no point in spending like hours making your notes pretty, because even though it's like your brain's like, yes, they must be pretty, they really don't need to be. And the next sort of tip, I don't know whether I call this like a tip or like general advice that I've sort of picked up in the last year, is participate in lessons. Because for some people the best way that they learn is listening and writing stuff down, but quite a lot of people need like a range of methods to like get content and stuff in. So taking part in discussions, you can still make notes while you're like discussing stuff, and it's a really good way to understand and engage with your subject, because if you're talking about it with other people who also have to learn about it, then you're like helping each other in a way, because you're both getting the stuff that you need from the discussion. Tip number 5 is more organisational based, but it is use a planner, because when you're set homework or extension tasks, you need to be able to find them, and if you've just written it down somewhere in your notes, you've got to go through all of your notes from probably like that day. It's not just like that subject note, like all of the ones you've had that day, so that's quite complicated, especially if you've had multiple homeworks, or if you do more than one subject with like a similar name. So like, I say like if you do like maths and third maths, or English lit and English lang, if you've just written English homework is to do this somewhere, then you don't even know where it's meant to be, because it's like, well, was it lit or lang, or maths or further maths, who knows. So getting yourself a planner and writing down the subject, who set it, when it's due, and what the actual task is, really useful. Making a note of any websites that you need to use as well for that homework or task is also really useful. So my current planner is Jack Edwards Academic Planner, which I've shown people in like every video since I got it, because I'm in love with it. But I think my planner last year wasn't as good. It was basically just a notebook, but it is functional, a notebook is. So if your college or school don't provide a planner, then you can just get yourself like an A5 notebook and use that to write stuff in, and it will do like the job, because really you need it to write something to write homework, and that's about it. And maybe so, yeah. So that brings me to the end of my 5 tips for using lesson time effectively. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment in the comment section below, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next week with a new video. Bye guys!